This is our story of the 2014 Silverstone Grand Prix. We arrived on Thursday, managed to get some time off work, which is unusual. We went with Vauxhall. This is the hospitality area. This is us arriving in the car. Anybody with a VXR got fairly cheap tickets, we could go and see it. So we had to try and set up the tent. There were 4 of us on this trip in total, and so we had 2 cars worth. But they only gave us 1 pitch to try and fit a 4-man tent in, which didn't make it easy at all to set up the tent. It took us quite a while.
Not getting any lighter at all. How long has it taken us to put the tent up? Like an hour and a half? 2 hours?
Fortunately, we woke up the morning with a tent still over our heads. So this is the Friday morning on the campsite in the tent, which didn't fall down. We didn't have to get up too early on the Friday. The Friday's mostly practice sessions and I think a couple of qualifying sessions for some of the support races. And we were allowed to sit in the grandstands on Friday as well, because a lot of people don't show up until the Saturday and the Sunday. We went in through gate 15. There are a lot of different gates around to try and ease the flow of people in, so it wasn't too difficult getting in. We didn't have to queue for long. And then when we did get in, we were able to sit on the main pit straight grandstand, which was quite nice. And then eventually, after waiting for probably a couple of hours sat there, the Formula 1 cars started to go round. We also got a chance to see some GP2 from the Stowe grandstand later on in the day as well. And then the Saturday morning. The Saturday was not a nice day at all weather-wise. It was very wet, but this did mean that a lot of the support races and qualifying sessions were very entertaining, because none of the cars had any grip. They were all sliding all over the place. There was the Porsche Super Cup to begin with, and then we saw some of the Formula 1 going around. This is the Porsche Super Cup. And some of the Formula 1's going around. And then this is back on the campsite. This is one of our friends with his VXR showing off the sound of his car. Every evening there was entertainment over at the festival tent. They had several bands. This one was a folk rock band playing You Shook Me All Night Long. It's a strange concept. They had some very old bands playing. This is me and Dave trying to buy some nachos. The food at Silverstone, it was definitely expensive, as you'd expect it to be, but it was much nicer than I expected it to be. Like you pay £6 off for some nachos, but they would give you an awful amount of stuff, loads of chicken.
Well, here we are on race day at stupid o'clock. Bit chilly.
7:15.
Some people have been here since 4:30.
You can probably tell from my mum's voice that we're a bit tired, agitated about having to get up that early. But eventually some of the support races got going. Before the race, we had a performance from the Red Arrows. It takes a long time for the Formula 1 cars to set up once they go into the pits. So the Red Arrows did some performances, as did some Spitfires and some Hurricanes. And because it was the 50th Silverstone Grand Prix, they sent around a lot of old Formula 1 cars for us to see. This was the drivers' parade. Before every race, they send all of the drivers around on the back of the truck, where they're interviewed, so that all of the crowd can wave and clap their favourite drivers. And shortly after this, the race begun. However, there was an incident on the first lap, which delayed the race somewhat, as you'll now see.
Gone very, very deep, haven't they?
It's a Ferrari, it's Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, he's gone off into the barrier as well, and that's a big shunt. It's a big shunt for the Ferrari. It takes the Williams there of Felipe Massa. The Caterham getting caught up. There's a tyre gone. Is that Sergio Perez, I think? Getting just away from the scene of the accident. But a big shunt. The safety car has been deployed. Felipe Massa involved. He's got problems.
Yeah, oh, we will have if he hits that.
Because of damage to the barrier, we then had a red flag for nearly an hour. But the racing did eventually get going again, and the crowd were quite happy. The crowd clapped every single time a British driver went past for the entire Grand Prix. They were very enthusiastic. This was a Toro Rosso and a Lotus battle. We did get a decent amount of action down at that corner. The Ferrari you can see there, the Red Bull, which was just about to come around the corner, had a big battle there later on in the race, which was very good. And in the end, Hamilton won the race. After the race, they let us walk out onto the track. We had to walk down over a very messy, grassy hill to get down onto the track. We were only allowed on one particular corner of it, round by the where they do the podiums. Unfortunately, we didn't get on the track quick enough to actually see the podiums, but so like I said, there were 4 of us on this trip. There's me, my mum, my dad, and our friend Dave, who you saw just then. We used 2 iPhones and a storytelling app to record all these short clips, and we also took with us a router, but there was nowhere to plug it in since we were on a campsite with no Wi-Fi access. As you can see, it was very, very busy up and down on the track. There was no hope of getting near the podium.
Yeah. There was a harsh curve, the inside ones.
That's that crash, we missed it.
Oh, you mean the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one on the straight? Well, it was pretty big.
Tell you what, he done bloody good reactions to move that. Look, what's your missus?
Yeah.
You can see there we were talking about how this is the first time we'd seen that crash that brought out the red flags. This is how it's different going to see the race, is that you go more for the atmosphere and to experience the crowd and the noise of the cars and to see these things more than to actually see the race, because for the most part you can't really see what's going on. We then made the awful mistake of trying to leave on the Sunday afternoon at the same time as everyone else, which was rather ill-advised. They tried to get us to leave on the Monday, but we didn't. We left on the Sunday, and we very quickly hit the back of a very large traffic jam.
The queue to leave Silverstone, a vital part of the experience.
I've only been sitting here for an hour.
And we've come, how many cars? 10? 10 car
Yeah,
lengths?
10 car lengths.
Yeah. And there's 70 car lengths to the end. Oh dear.
So on that theory, it'd be 7 hours.
Yeah. That's not so bad. You'll be back in time for work in the morning?
Yeah.
Hope to see you again soon. This is 2.5 hours after we got in the car, and we're just reaching the exit sign.
Good luck to you, Mercedes. Looking towards top touch slow again for the Synchro pair. They're descending down to just 100 feet